So a little bit more on Zillow and LoopNet. So Zillow, basically it is my platform. Like I said, I had my platforms which is under one roof. So suppose stores like Macy's, Best Buy, Bloomingdale, any store, that would be individual sites. But I thought I want to have my own platform. So my platforms would be like Amazon for new items, eBay mostly for used items. Now because I cannot really put real estate on eBay or Amazon because that was for like subjects. So for real estate I had this one. Why it's under one roof? Because suppose I check again Santa Barbara. Just any house. Suppose this one. Is this purchase? Yeah. So if you look here, says contact agent. Those agents are not from one company. So for instance, if you wanna sell here, it means the owner would post. This one, the owner. So this is many owners. So basically you give them space. You give them space and they create. They create like this, posting. Now, in case of agent, it would be agent or real estate company. So that's why it's under one roof, because there is not one person, not one company like Macy's or Bloomingdale's. So it's a bunch of different people. I give them space, any space, like suppose this is their space. They post pictures, they put all the data, so the form would ask him certain questions and they would put the info. Okay. Now this one, I like this one, it's a Coldwell Banker. Now if you look at some other ones, that's what I mean, under one roof, different people. You see, Pueblo. So this is my platforms for my system. I will explain more later. This one under one roof. So I came to a few platforms in 92. Like I said, some for new items, some for used items, and then for real estate I had this one. This is my design, 92. So now I did think further, and because in Minnesota there are many buildings, I actually thought about commercial real estate, but commercial real estate has difference. So because commercial real estate has difference, I thought it can be together like Zillow with LoopNet. Just a second. Or Zillow not my name, LoopNet is not my name. But it's my platforms based on my, you see the same, similar. So you're looking for sale or lease, and then you search state, city. Suppose Santa Barbara. Now you look at Santa Barbara. You see the same, similar. That's what my way was for real estate, like Zillow, but in this case commercial. Now in this case commercial, it gives you some, because that's how I had it gives you some things based on those commercial different things. because when they talk about commercial, it's not the same as residential. So this was for commercial. Now what I had these two like this, either that way or like this pictures. Now, and this one for commercial. So this one, actually someone should investigate. They had illegal papers. And if you look, you see, 95. Everybody's after 92 when I came, they keep talking about internet or web, but this is not internet or web. This is my custom configuration and my platforms, because it's not working like before. This is strange part. Washington DC. Washington DC should expect illegal papers, look like I'm overseas or whatever, blah blah blah. Money should go somewhere. Money should not go there. I'm not overseas. That is made up papers. Most likely my ex-wife with people. You see 95. In 95 I was in America. I was not overseas. In 95 you could find me beginning of 95 in Georgia. Close to Georgia, it's called Marietta. North of Georgia is Marietta. I had a job fixing electronics, certain, you know, they run check. When you go to buy something, long time ago, they put your check in machine, run your check. So I had to upgrade, I guess, to new kind of standards. So you could find me, my records over there. For some reason, that company, I was working through temporary agency, Marietta. Now, so whatever they had, again, something about 2006, okay, 2001, and then if you look here, okay, so 97, I was, at the end of 97, Santa Barbara, 99, Santa Barbara. That's where papers had to be done. I'm not overseas. 2004, Garden Grove. 2007, Honolulu. 2008, Honolulu. 2008, Honolulu. 2010, Honolulu. Oh, Oahu, Hawaii. So that would be about LoopNet. I don't know, they did here, did there, but anyway. I came to it in 92, and whoever was talking about that, expect they had Olga's papers, which are illegal. Legally, talent should do papers. If signature, that's forgery. I was in overseas, and compensation should go to me, not to somebody else. That's twisting with fraud and probably bank fraud. So let me show you some. Okay, let me show you something. Why my system and my platforms are not internet and web. Because I'm really tired of it. They give wrong names. So suppose, okay, suppose this one. Suppose this is building. Oops. What's going on? It's okay, this is building. And this is another building. Okay. And this is another building. So before what they did is they connected buildings like that. connected here, connected there. Okay. In case of internet, it means interconnected. It has additional wire. So suppose from this one, it goes to like that one, straight to that one. That's called interconnected. Because these people, they give wrong names, they give all kind of strange stuff. Hold on. I'm kind of really tired of it. Okay, so now suppose something wrong with this line. It has basically additional lines. So suppose one go here, one go there. Suppose like this. Okay. So and this one go here. Basically, internet has additional lines to the same building. So in case there's something wrong with this one, so suppose it doesn't work anymore, they can use this one, or they can use, it goes like that, so that and that. Basically, they always use wires or cables between buildings. That's web didn't have all that extra wires, but internet, that's what that extra wires. Okay, now my way, which is new, and I don't care, they can still use it, I don't care. So suppose this, and I choose different color. Suppose my blue. Okay. Now in my case, because I came to a system that didn't exist, that's why I can tell you without all those stupid explanations. So suppose my first point was a house. Suppose this house, not the building. This was like between buildings. If it's internet, it has to do something with Russian army. If it's web, it has to do something with big buildings. My main purpose is house, not anything else. How come I don't have blue? I need blue. Come on. Why not blue? Why it makes black? Okay, anyway, this is house. Okay, house. Oh, I think this one. I don't really use that often. Okay, house. Now, logically, why would I need to be connected to them? To Russian army or some kind of big buildings? First of all, they will not allow me to use their computers. Some kind of guy from the street, God knows who he is. So in this case, I did think about connecting, but I found most likely nobody will allow you because you are not part of that business. Okay? Web cable between internet, more cables between buildings. Now, this is house. Okay, I decided I don't need all this. I decided to go with my own build-up from scratch, from nothing. And you can check lease, like land leases or land purchases and stuff like that. You will see that is a new system after 92. Okay, now suppose I have this one. No, I want different color. I like this. No, different shape. Suppose I have this one here. That's my system build up. Okay, build up. I call system because normally computers with network is called system. It's not internet. Internet is a wire, web. It's like wire configuration with some kind of web. I'm not talking about this. Okay, this is my, suppose I call it system, right? System or build up. Computer system build up, whatever you call it. That's my business. Okay, hold on. That's what Google used legally. My what's going on? My business. Effects, I don't need effects. I need letters then. What's going on? I need letters. Text. My business. Computers. And step by step build up. So for that build up, because step by step, I had actually storages which call cloud. Based on that, if not enough, they should activate another storage that allows to save more and more. In this case, you don't use as much electricity. So in this case, you see what happens. I'm not connected to them. That's my starting point. This one and this one. I don't care about them. Now my next step. Suppose shapes I have. My next step. This is kind of complicated. My next step. Okay, house. I had 3 ways. First is dial-up. Second, in the house. First is dial-up, telephone box. Okay. Suppose box. And then this box. And then second is my digital special box. That didn't exist. So that's what I was planning for. It did not exist. Telephone line, yes. Box, not. You can check in 92. I came to that. That should be digital for higher speed. So like if Bill Gates was thinking about putting computers on every table, I actually was thinking to have the box in every house. My kind of vision was different. So this one, telephone, first of all, it's analog. Telephone is analog. I did not really like to use it. I thought okay, but my ultimate goal was to have a box. Now, you can have Wi-Fi transmitting and receiving. So you need to have transmitter receiver here. So you have Wi-Fi. So this transmitting and goes and receiving. But at the end, you have cable. At the end, cable. Because Wi-Fi is working with the cable, it goes to the cable. So if Wi-Fi doesn't work, it should have a box for the connection. Now, and then second one is I put different color, and the second would be, suppose, dial-up, which I did not really care. It was like a temporary dial-up, for dial-up, because this would be existed line going to whatever place. It goes to whatever place like that, and based on whatever they say, you know, for telephone line. But in my case, it should work with my system. So at this point, or in somewhere at any point, it should basically kind of break and take instead of normal way, take to my system. That's what you had before. If somebody calling, you get disconnected. So I had this in the beginning, but I did not really care. For me, it was the most important this one, box digital, because like that, like Netflix, even good YouTube, like what's today YouTube, or better quality, should have this one digital. Now, because this was belonging to companies, telephone companies, for me there is no sense to do anything by myself. For me, it was better to use network company or telephone company. So suppose they run up to a certain point, and then from that point, because this is actually my network configuration, but I kind of give to them, but they didn't come to that configuration. So this from the house go like that and to my hub. I basically allow them to use my network configuration, but they don't have people who started. So, and now from this one, suppose I have my own hub, my own like this. Now they have the same, maybe over there, and then it goes to mine. This is mine. Now, let me do something. Hold on. It can be inside of the building or outside. So suppose I have, it goes inside, but here is directing. It could be two separate buildings, it could be one. So suppose there is like a piece here, recognizing if it's American end or not. And here there are computers, bunch of computers, servers computers, the same. Now, if it says like UK or Germany or Italy, Spain, suppose it goes this way. Well, I don't want to put line. Okay, but I put line. It goes this way. But in Asia, it can go this way. You know what I mean? If I look this, suppose this is south. But if America, it goes this way. And then you get from America, so you submit to computers, return goes back to here. Now the same system would be, take a look, I still didn't touch them. I started and they're still kind of outsiders. And I can tell you why. Because I never came to that, that's why. And this, suppose I have another one. Suppose this is another one. Any country. Now I just mark it, this is mine. So you know. If I use blue, it means mine. Let's do this one. So it's mine. Oh no. Yeah, let's do this one. See. So, it's mine, this mine. So now, suppose from here, because it's Europe, in Europe I can put additional hub, and suppose this is one country, additional redirected. Suppose this is one country, and suppose this is another country. So I mark by because I have this one. So that's my system. Well, it's not supposed to touch. Okay. Let me see. Suppose this is my system and it's not touching. Like I did by mistake, but it's not touching like this. So anyway. Okay. So they have somewhere else. So I have a hub in Europe because they have many countries. Now this hub, understanding, suppose UK is going, because of the end, that's my network configuration. UK, hold on, the color, I need the color. No. So UK, suppose, understanding, go this way. Okay, going this way. But suppose this is Spain, it is going this way. Because I have kind of like a client server in every country. But I use this certain custom way that I came to. It will direct. Now, you see, with all this, they could still have their way. That's what it was. But based on my way, because I work with them, with the providers, they would need to charge certain fee, and I would need to get certain percentage. Because for me to have all this, I need money. So people pay money, and I have this, and I don't care about them, because it's not my business. I don't really care about them. So what happened later? They want to be connected to this, or if that one is in Europe, they want to be connected to whatever is closer to them, because that's how it would work. So now those like Zillow or any of my platforms, they're here. So you submit on a browser, you submit, it will give you. It will not be dealing with any of those previous billions, because my configuration and how it works different. Suppose this is ocean. This is ocean. So I don't really care if those billions are in America or not, because I had no plan my system would work with them. So what happened later, they want to pay money. They want to pay money for what? To be connected and explore. So basically, whatever computers they had, they could use for their stuff, or they might don't need it. So basically this previous way actually died out. I look at it died out. I don't see really people use it. Like client server inside of the building, yes, they can use it, but this way should not work with their client server. And this way, based on linking, most likely many, like AutoZone or many other places, or Bloomberg, it's not based on linking, or Oracle. So based on mine, it should not be. They should have own computer for that. They can still run their computers. But this computer should have a graphic card to work with this. And that one might don't have any graphic cards. Because for this one I apply networking, long distance way. That's why they put packets, but But here they might have nothing, no packets, no nothing. It just inside of the building, wire goes, and then at some place computer. and wire goes this one someplace computer. But for me, I don't need that computer to work with my system. I actually better to have my first goal was for the houses, and then I said, okay, business, okay, because actually my platforms would be a business, so it would be okay for business. And I never had a plan to connect those Oracle or IBM computers to my network. And actually they should not have networking cards working with this one. If somebody is Putin, they are not supposed to work. Because of security reasons, I did not like this to do something to that. I just basically provide from here to computer and back. I don't need anything else. But they started to use open source. I don't really like that one. Open source, everybody is understanding open source. So basically, be it Zillow, be it all my platforms, be it Zillow, or be it YouTube, Netflix and all that, it would be on this newly built kind of place. That's where servers would be. It is a different network configuration. It is not all these wires between buildings. In fact, I don't put wires between. Did you see what I did? I do not put any wires between buildings, because this is providers putting. I don't put wires in the building. I allow providers to run to my hub. I don't even touch the buildings. So my network, real network, would be like this. Suppose going like this and going to my another places where actually this would not be like that. This would be like broken up to here. Suppose up to here broken. I did show kind of as idea, but in reality it would not be like this. In reality, they want to pay and be connected. They need to be actually to pay to provider, and provider take to certain hub, and then I have my network, and then from that place I have my network. With my network, I do not really touch buildings. The people who touch would be providers. It is my network configuration, providers, but it's kind of I'm giving to them. I don't really touch. It's kind of their business. At some point, I thought I could use that. I could be a provider, but at that time I thought it's too much of stuff. So for me, no sense to do anything, So any of my platforms located here, it could be like if Spanish, the Spanish would be here. Yes, it could be copying for certain files, so you don't need to run back and forth. Copy here and access here. So that's shortly. So like I said, this is not internet and not web. Somebody need to go through that. In order to go, suppose again I have this one. In order to go here, you need to suppose Spain. That is P. That's what I came to. That is P, or 2 or 3 letters of the country. So that should understand the N. Then it should go to the wire. You see, it's a different configuration. And then suppose one country here, one country there, it will split there. That's how I had it. And then goes back. Now, in case of them, they don't have it. Their networking cards on this computer to go to this building. not to mine. To go to mine, they would need to use providers. Now, later came to what's for YouTube called streaming. Streaming is just making this easier. So suppose it's only for few people. Streaming is basically, suppose there is a company here. They want streaming. Instead of using directing, they just run straight to their computers. So like some computers, they have latest data, like for trading, latest data constantly changing or streaming. In this case, this would have delay. So for those purposes, for streaming, for trading latest data, it should be additional cable running to their software packages. So when people access, they access with those fast numbers. That's all I can say. I hope you understood something. Have a nice day. Bye.